Very nice.
Yeah. Are you guys ready for this? Number 65?
Number
Omission.
65.
What's omission, dude?
I don't know. I saw it. Oh,
Is it gluten-free? That's a government warning. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. 2, consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery.
it's weird.
And
That's
they cause
exactly
health problems.
the label on our podcast right before people listen to it. Do not listen to this while you're driving.
So, okay, crafted to remove gluten. That's great. Why'd you get this? Have you had this before?
no,
Hey, you did something. Right?
I did something.
It's
There we go.
when Han Solo tried to go into hyperspace.
Yeah, you're mad about it. You were trying to talk to me about
Yeah,
it. And
man,
I thought
well,
it
I'm
was
just saying,
funny.
like,
I'm like,
the
you're
way-
gonna talk to me about fucking about this stuff.
I took a shot. Who else
You know
am I
what?
talking to?
I was just gonna
Lately,
say,
I'm not
thank
talking
you,
to anybody.
Thank you for trying to open up to me about that stuff. But I was like, I know we're buddies. I know we're friends. Maybe sometimes on the podcast doesn't look that way.
It hurt me because if you throw Star Wars into the mix,
Right.
it's a no fail for me. I'm gonna
Right.
love it.
Yeah.
No, you could give me shit on a platter. I'm all Star Wars.
We're all
out.
Star Wars out.
But I saw the Solo movie.
Yeah.
And I knew that I would like it anyways. And I heard the mixed reviews. I gotta say, I shake my head. Not good.
Not good.
Like, it's good for me because I'm a nerd
Yeah.
and I read all the back history when I was a kid. So it's like,
Right.
okay, I get to see it. Okay, it's cool. But if I were to just really objectively critique this movie, it was so cheesy Disney
yeah. Oh, really?
that it just, oh man.
Is it true that
doesn't-
he won that spaceship in a card game?
Yeah, it's actually, the card game's called Sabak.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What is it, like Go Fish?
It almost looks like poker, actually, with just weird symbols. It's almost like the Android symbol on a bunch of cards.
You got to say that storyline was pretty cool. Like, it was pretty cool to see the origins
Yes.
of the relationship with Chewie and how he got the Millennium Falcon.
yeah.
And-
So here, Mitch, take a back seat for a sec. Jeff, the adults in the room, Jeff and I are talking here. So now I grew up as a Star Wars fan. I wasn't kidding. I have the books, the comic books.
Oh yeah, I was
Mitch-
in deep. I had the
You too.
I had the sheets.
Oh, that's amazing. So I mean, it was accurate in terms of the story. Like, I loved it because I got to see it in real life. You're like, oh yeah, he won the Millennium Falcon, how he rescued Chewie, all that stuff. But I'm just saying, as a movie, like, if I'm not a Star Wars guy and I go, you know what, I want to watch this Solo thing, it was terrible.
Yeah, for me it was mostly the Han Solo character himself. It just didn't. It's hard, big boots to fill with Harrison Ford,
Yeah,
but just didn't have the panache to pull it off. in
Just
my opinion.
spoiler alert. You don't have to actually tell me.
Yeah.
The Chewbacca thing.
What about it?
Were they friends in high school? Like, how did that work?
No, they didn't know.
No,
each
it
other.
was rad actually.
They didn't know each other in high school.
You got to watch it.
They worked together?
No, we can't tell you. You got to watch it.
I can't. I don't want to. You just watch it. It's in the first like 20, 30 minutes and shut it off.
It
just
might be
mean-
one of the best scenes
Did he
in the
think
movie.
Chewbacca was a dog? Please give me that. Did he think he was a stray dog or something?
Chewbacca is whatever he identifies himself as, Mitch, and
deal.
I think that you're crossing the line.
Whoa. I did not mean
Okay,
that's
just
not
because
where
he
I was
has
going.
fur and hair does not mean that he's a dog.
Do you know that was my nickname in high school? Chewbacca or Ewok? It was like my nickname. So, I mean, at the end of the
Well,
day.
how conflicted? Because you'd think that you'd get Chewbacca because you're very hairy, but you are the size of an Ewok.
Sure.
It's
Now, I got a question real quick.
Chewbacca.
Are they the same? Are they the same? Are they the same?
No,
thing?
they're not. Hold on. And first of all, if you watch South Park, they
Yeah.
explain this because, okay, so funny.
Don't you
Jeff,
be taking like 20
time out.
minutes. I'm just asking
Shut
you a
up. I'm going
question.
to explain it. Jeff, did you watch that South Park episode?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it.
So there's the Johnny Cochran defense. They're like, oh my God, they bring Johnny Cochran to present the case. It was with sexual harassment panda. Okay. It's a real thing. So, anyways, Johnny Cochran, they're like, oh no, I hope he doesn't throw the Kashyyyk. Now, Kashyyyk is the planet Chewbacca's from.
Okay.
Like, I hope he doesn't throw the Kashyyyk defense. And he goes, Chewbacca is a Wookiee from the planet Kashyyyk, but then he goes and he's on Endor with people half his size that look like mini Wookiees, but they're not really Wookiees, they're Ewoks. It doesn't make sense. Just like what's happening in this court case. It doesn't make sense. And they acquitted him
They acquitted him.
right then and there.
That's amazing.
That's the power
I
of the
literally
Cochran.
I blanked out for about 30 seconds. I have no idea what anything you just said was. Like,
People on this podcast who watch South Park will understand what Jeff and I are talking about.
Respect. That is, I think, our best episode opening, 65. I want you guys to go back in history and try to listen to all the openings. I think this one could be the best one.
Yeah, this is. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, thank you to you and Jeff for explaining to me what an Ewok and a Chewbacca is.
A Wookiee.
This podcast rocks.
Oh, you bet it does. Episode 65. 65 is the conventional age of retirement. You'd think that we've peaked. It's time to stop.
Right. We're not stopping.
We're not. Can't stop, won't stop.
That's
We're just getting started.
We're like an old Greek man. We're gonna take this right to the end
and not sell the business to our kids.
No, you can't sell it to the kids.
We know better.
No. They can't run this podcast like we can.
We're talking to you, NH. We're talking to you. The struggle is real. Now, Isn't that what they're saying nowadays?
As much as you guys love your Star Wars, April 13th, I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. It's coming back, baby. And if you want to find out whose penis is going to get cut off or anything like that, wait. It's coming. April 13th. You'll find out.
Guys, but you know what's on tonight?
What?
Vikings.
Oh, you know what, Jeff? That's the next one after I'm done this.
Vikings.
I'm going
yeah, me too.
Good.
Me too.
That's the big one. Everyone's talking about that one.
Or as the Europeans would call it, Vikings.
Or as the Finns call it, us.
That might be your
This
best.
is us. This is their version of this.
That might be your best joke, 2019.
Thank you very much.
Already.
Was he a Viking? No, it was just my grandfather.
Just me. That's my cousin. That's Larry from down the street.
But you know what I like about that show? It's the only show that's actually depicted Vikings succeeding, because God knows in the NFL, that is not the case.
Isn't that the truth? Good thing that they're not around now. They'd be very upset with the North American Vikings.
I'm telling you, if they pay the lead actor like a 3-year contract worth $84 million, the show's going to get canceled.
I love it.
Right away. Right away.
You, sir, that's your best joke.
Boom!
2009.
Jeff, cue the music. We're out. Stop the podcast. It's over. It's over in the first round.
Put the water on. We're done. You're welcome, everyone. All right. Big things going on this week. We got the show itinerary. I'm going to tell you what it is. You know why? Because I forgot to print you off your sheet.
Is that why?
That's kind of why.
That's why I'm like, where's my itinerary? You're like, don't worry.
But don't worry.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm going to lead you.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Can I guess what's in?
Of course you can guess. Go ahead.
I'm going to guess that we're talking about the NFL. Am I right?
Absolutely. We're going to talk about the NFL.
Okay.
You know what else we're going to talk about?
Can I guess?
Yep.
Are we going to talk NHL?
Yep. NHL. Yes. Good.
Okay.
All right. You're on a roll.
If I know you,
yeah.
there's definitely Maga Malaka's in the mix.
Yeah, it's in the mix. Yeah, you got it.
Don't pause like that.
And this one might be the best. I know I say every week, but this one's good. This one's a little tweak, and I think people are going to like it. We might get a lot of shout-outs and a little people upset with us because of this week's Maga Malaka, and you'll see why at the end.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to talk a little bit of NBA. Something came up. I just want to quickly touch it.
A touch and go?
Touch and go. And then we also are going to talk slightly about our two boys that are fighting this weekend. We'll get to that really quickly.
I'm hoping.
All right.
That was okay. So you know what?
We're good.
I pretty much know the show.
Yeah, you know the show. You don't need the piece of paper in front of you. You're good.
I'm working when I'm not working, Mitch.
Yeah,
I know
it's not the
exactly
truth.
what's happening.
Wearing your tie. But so should we start right now? You want to start?
Well, yeah, because I need to get the rhythm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so whoa!
Yeah, there it is.
You slick little devil.
There it is.
You try to do it every week. You try to take advantage because I don't got a sheet of paper.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
You know why? Because I don't like it when you always bring up his name. That's why.
What do you mean?
You know who I'm talking.
Yeah, and we're gonna get right into it right now because I don't care if there's a sheet in front of me or not. I know my obligations, and I know that before we start any podcast, before we get into any real content, and Jeff, cue the music, we have to bring to you the Macro Mind Media metrics of the week. Macro Mind Media. MacroMindMedia.com is the genius behind RealLockerRoomTalk.com. And if you don't really believe what the heck that they're doing, I'm going to tell you right now that they are taking us global. Don't believe me?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, how about if I tell you that Georgia is just not the name of my sister. It's the name of the new state that's downloading Real Locker Room Talk.
We're in the Bulldog State.
We're in the Bulldog State. No bull. about it.
I like it.
See, I had a
I
little
like what
censor
you did
cover.
there. I like that.
I mean, I could say it.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying the word, but I figured if I did the censor cover up,
Right.
it's a little more meaningful that way.
Sure.
Yeah. So again, thank you, macromindmedia.com. They give the metrics. I want you to really check out at Headversity, their new initiative with Dr. Ryan Todd, where you can hashtag Ask Dr. RT really anything you want. And here's some exciting news right now. We're scheduled, as it stands, February 6th. We got Dr. Ryan Todd back in the locker room.
He's coming here?
He's coming here now.
He's coming here.
Do you know, and Mitch, we stopped learning words.
Yeah, I know.
So we got to next week. We got to learn. We have 3 new words we need.
Absolutely.
No, 2.
2 at least.
2 new
And
words.
we got to get questions down to the science.
Yeah, because he doesn't mess around.
he does not like it when we're not on top of our game.
You know, for those just joining the podcast, I understand Dr. Ryan Todd outside of Ask Adversity and Macromind Media, but he is a specialist in mental health with athletes. So many scenarios that he's come across. Very insightful episodes when he's on. So please mark it down on the calendars and watch for the upload February 6th. Dr. Ryan Todd, and he may be bringing a special guest with him. No. I'm going to tease it right now. I'll confirm it in the weeks to come.
Get out of here.
I can't get out of here. But here's the thing.
What?
That's not the only place we get downloads at.
Yeah,
No, Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch, it's not.
I'm here every week with you. I am pretty sure I know what I'm talking
Okay, so if I were to throw out Agape Greek Radio, does that sound familiar?
about. No.
AGAPE GreekRadio.com. You know it sounds familiar to you. It sounds familiar to me. It sounds familiar to Jeff and the entire world that can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the entire world, streaming Real Locker Room Talk.
Right. They're fantastic. They are good.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
They
they are
got
good.
big things happening. And, you know, Mitch, I mean, let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
Stan the man.
Stan the man.
The guy who is working when he's not working.
The man behind the scenes that we
The
literally
legends.
don't know who it is.
The guy is taking Agape Greek Radio, not just on the radio waves,
No.
but the TV waves. Is that what they're
What?
called? What are those waves called? Airwaves?
Airwaves.
No, airwaves is radio waves. Those are airwaves.
I don't know what the other
What's
ones are.
TV waves?
I don't know.
Is it TV waves? We're going to go with TV waves. Anyways, he's got a new initiative. He's taking the Agape Greek Radio 2019, big year for the whole.
Big.
I mean, we're talking. You got the Doralicious show. You got the Vixen and Jackal, maybe the 2 hottest girls on the planet. I don't know what to tell you. George Scandalis. I mean, everybody. DJ George, huge.
I am speechless. I don't know what to say.
And it's all a part. You know, really, Stan and Dr. RT should be part of some kind of
They should do their own podcast.
Jeff, Stan, and Dr. RT.
That is the combination.
The media trinity.
The world will implode. Done.
I can't even go there.
I can't even think of
Let's go into the podcast because I can't stay here. I'm getting too excited.
You know what? One last thing. I told you last week, and I'll tell you again. Not this week, next week, January 26th. Get yourselves registered at the Hellenic Poker Tournament. It's going to be cray. It's going to be crazy. Listen to me. We just finalized a few things. I'm a part of the organization, so I'm inside the inside.
We got the inside track
We
here?
got the inside track, and I'm telling
outta
you,
here.
listen, this is the 11th annual. This is fantastic. This tournament goes on, and it is, some people literally circle this on their calendar as the greatest event. It's early in the year, so it's easy to forget by the end, but once it comes around in January, it's always the bye weekend of the NFL before Super Bowl.
That's right.
Exactly. And it's great. This year, we got $250. It's a buy-in. You get a prime rib dinner. You get drinks. You get prizes. One of the prizes that we just closed down yesterday, I kid you not, the top 3 prizes are this. I'm going to give you the top 3 in no particular order. You can choose. The guy that wins it can, or the young lady that wins it can
So
do what they
whoever
want.
wins
Whoever
it-
wins can pick.
They get it's like a draft.
A gold bar. Gold bar. You've also won this next prize, the $1,500 travel voucher through WestJet. Okay.
Beautiful.
The third one that we just confirmed, it's a half an hour in a jet, a fighter jet. I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, you will get 1/2 hour in a legitimate jet.
Now, I don't fly anything underneath.
You
the
are going to be
F-18.
Top Gun. Wear the suit.
Get
Get in the pod thing.
Looking for adventure.
And
Listen to
boom.
Alan
And
roar.
and he's gonna take you for
Hold
a half
on.
an hour ride.
Is the jacket included or not included?
I don't know yet, but all I know is this. If you're a single guy, or even if you're married, you want to show the young ladies out there, or the young ladies want to show the men that you're cool. What's cooler than saying, oh, where were you for the last half hour? Oh, it's nothing. I was in a fighter jet.
You got to be kidding me. That's
swear,
incredible.
I kid you not.
Who landed that?
I can't say maybe the president of the community landed that gig.
The new president or the old president?
The new president.
Already making waves.
Already making
and you know what?
waves.
Hold on. I'm going to throw a shout out.
Yeah.
To the groundbreaking
New
president of the
president.
Calgary Hellenic Greek community.
That's it.
The DP, Diane Policello. I mean,
AKA the mother-in-law.
the mother-in-law.
That's right.
That's right. I mean, congratulations.
Big news.
I mean, talk about moving the dial, not just in the community, but to Mach 1, apparently.
That's it.
Unbelievable. She
You
hooked
will
that
get,
up.
no word of a lie, half an hour flight in a fighter, not a jet, not a luxury jet. You're not smoking up cigars and having champagne. You are in a fighter jet. You are
amazing.
in top gear. You are in the mountain. You're flying around. And I mean, if Calgary to Banff is an hour drive, what's that in a fighter jet? 2 seconds?
Yeah.
2 seconds? Well, I don't know.
And you could shoot a missile.
I'm not going to say anything about the missile part. I'm just saying you're going to be in a jet. So those are your top 3 prizes.
That's amazing.
There is 10 prizes all. The rest of them are amazing as well, like gift certificates and all this great stuff. But tell me those top 3 prizes are amazing. That's it. That's all I got to say. If that doesn't make you sign up right now, so go to Calgary Hellenic, HELLENIC.com. Register today. See you next week.
See, you know what I would do?
Yeah.
I'd win the travel voucher.
Right.
Pay $1,000 for a half hour in the air. Keep $500 in my pocket.
Boom.
Boom. How you doing?
Hi.
That's just me being smart.
That's fantastic.
Mitch, let's get to the
Let's
show.
do it. People are waiting.
Yeah.
People are waiting. It's only been 15 minutes. It's
Jeez, we
15
take a week off, they get mad at us. We go every week, they don't listen to us.
crazy.
What's happening?
You know, real quick, B, right before we start, my family seems to really be supportive of me with the podcast. You know, they're like telling me all the time, good for you. Where's the podcast? Why aren't you on this week? What happened? I don't hear you saying much about your family.
Man, I got to be honest with you, man. I have a shitty family. It's not good because I get jealous. It's
Are you
almost
telling
like-
me your daughter doesn't listen to the podcast?
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
And that's by choice. I know
Really?
she's 19 months, but she couldn't be bothered. I mean, I got to compete against the Wiggles and Paw Patrol.
Oh, that's
not an
we're
easy.
losing that.
It's not an easy
Yeah, we're
task,
losing, yeah.
man. But you know what you do? You have a better family than I do because every week when we took the week off, you're like, oh my and Ange messaged me, and my cousin messaged me,
Yeah.
and South Carolina George messaged me.
Yeah, everybody.
Everyone's talking about me.
Look, where are you guys?
I don't see my brother-in-law Mitch messaging me.
I didn't see
don't
it
my
either.
cousin Pete messaging me.
Nope.
Nobody. I got my mom, my sister, my sister who got called out by your sister.
Right.
About things that I said on the podcast that your sister knew because she listened to it, but my sister doesn't listen
She
to
doesn't
it
know.
and still doesn't.
Done.
I'm getting it's a terrible, terrible thing. So I got to
good.
say, I think look, if there's an opening,
Yeah.
I know your brother Nick's been lacking.
Yeah,
he's not exactly the best Hodjas.
He's there.
He's okay.
there.
He's good. He's good.
You know what? We're a pretty big family. You could sneak in and no one would know. You
But
know what I mean?
I'm just saying, if he's, maybe I could take his place for a second.
I'll talk.
Maybe
to you.
I could. Maybe
you know
I
how to
could
make
just.
chicken wings. Do you know how to take care of restaurants?
Are you crazy?
Are you
crazy?
Get outta here.
Maybe I did the perfect crunch circa 2012, but whatever. We'll get into that.
All right,
later.
let's get into it. Listen, people come to and download us because they like to hear our amazingness when it comes to sports.
We're
our
smart.
knowledge.
Yes.
And I hate to admit it, we're amazing at it. Like I want to say that we're not good at it and say we can get better, but we're pretty amazing. Okay,
It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's just start with the NHL. I like starting with the NHL because let's call it what it is. The NFL is only weeks away from being done, so the NHL is gonna really take over this podcast. So
right.
it's time to just ease it in.
Yeah.
Ease it in. Just
Yeah.
slowly put it in.
Just the tip.
Slowly, just the tip.
Just
put it
the
in
tip.
slowly.
Don't be aggressive.
Just don't. Hey. Just
Hey.
nice and easy.
Yeah,
nice and easy.
that's it.
Just like that music. Just nice, follow the beat.
We'll learn
Just
to
nice
love
and
the whole
easy.
thing,
Yeah,
but let's
exactly.
just get.
So let's start right now in the Western Division. Look, we're a couple of Calgary boys, born and raised. This is where we are. You know I don't like talking about the local stuff, but you can't avoid it right now. The Calgary Flames in the Western Division are leading the pack. They're doing everything right. But right behind them, Dimitri, there's 2 other teams that are right on their heels. Right on their heels that I want to talk about.
Okay.
You got the San Jose Sharks. This is a team that when we did the podcast about the NHL in the beginning of the season, we said they're going to be there. They actually really started off slow. A lot slower.
Start.
Yeah, really slow.
Oh, yeah.
So right now you got these two teams are weird. The three teams I want to talk about are actually mimicking each other. They're like 9 out of 10 of the last 10 games. They're just crushing it. They're doing everything right. So you got your San Jose Sharks that are 1 point behind our local Calgary Flames. And then the team that's right behind, they also had a really slow start after a fantastic season last year. And they're proving to the NHL world again that just because you're new to the game doesn't mean that you can't be good to the game. The Las Vegas Golden Knights are back.
Wow.
And they're only 3 points behind our local Calgary Flames. Dimitri, the All-Star break's about to start. I'm going to ask you quickly. Of the San Jose Sharks, the Calgary Flames, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights, which of these three teams is going to lead going into the All-Star break?
Well, in my opinion, I think that all three... look, you're right. San Jose and Las Vegas have really come from behind, whereas the Flames had a bit of a better start in comparison to them.
Right.
But I think it's going to all be relative. I'm going to say that the Calgary Flames are going to stay on top on this one.
Yeah.
But not by much. But I think it's going to finish exactly how it's standing today. Calgary, San Jose, Las Vegas. Look, they've been on unbelievable runs in recent games, and I think they all know that. And I think what's important is that mindset of these NHL teams. They don't want to lose momentum, so they still really want to compete when they get into the All-Star break, because they got to make sure that when they come out, like any other holiday or any other break, that they're at least coming out higher than they should be. What I mean by that is if they start slowing down knowing they have a break, they're just going to start slower. So that's my opinion.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I think the Flames right now have to stay number one before the All-Star break. And this is why. This is a team that over the last little while has had the worst starts to the season. This is why they can never make the playoffs. It's because they are always catching up. I think for their own mentality, for their own self, just making themselves the best of who they need to be, they got to stay number one. So I'm taking the Flames as well to say they're going to stay number one heading into the All-Star break. But, and it's a big but, last year, this is where the Flames fell apart. This break, then that 5-day NHLPA break that they have to take, that's when the Flames literally came crashing down. And some other teams, but mostly because we're local guys, we know what happened to our boys.
That's
the
right.
Flames have to take advantage of this break, enjoy the time off, but more importantly, keep your mindset at the big goal of making the playoffs and then wrecking everyone in the playoffs, hopefully. But I gotta say, man, the Golden Knights are just playing out of the rink hockey. They are playing some great games. And what do you think of these guys? Here's a team that last year, no one expected anything, right? So they kind of just fooled everyone. But this year, everyone was ready for them. But they're still winning. Any thoughts on that?
You know what? I'll be the first to say that I don't think anybody expected them what they did last year. Never mind getting to the Stanley Cup final, but even just regular season success. Let's just take playoff side of it for a sec. I was of the train of they're not going to repeat this year. It was that nostalgia. They all were playing together. They made a couple moves out, but they also had a couple people come in. You got Pacioretty, Stastny coming into this team as well. Key players from where they were coming from. Right? You got Montreal giving up Pacioretty. He's a 35-40 goal scorer, this guy.
Yeah.
He's coming to Vegas. But with all that, I still didn't expect them to be where they are today.
Yeah.
And I got to say my hat's off because they're playing excellent hockey. And, man, you got to watch out for this team because they have an attitude. They don't care.
They don't care. That's what I love about them. I'm going to ask you this question. Here's the big one. It's one of our segments. San Jose, expected or respected?
I'm going to say expected because now they're playing where I expected them to be, so I got to put them in the expected category.
Right. We already said about the Flames a couple of weeks ago, but let's just throw them in there just for fun. Calgary Flames, expected or respected?
I'm going to go with respected because I knew they'd be competitive, but I respect the fact that I can't believe they're the best in the West right now.
And then obviously the Las Vegas Golden Knights, expected or respected?
Again, as I alluded earlier, I'm going respected because they are overachieving my expectations. And to really reinforce why it's respected is maybe shame on me and everyone else and all the quote unquote experts that took the easy route in saying, well, of course they're not going to do as good as they did last year. See, what I realized is that, Mitch, you and I and pat ourselves on the back, maybe are smarter than we think we are. We're no worse, and a lot of these analysts out there are no better than we are, and because they hedge their bet.
That's right.
If they say, well, Las Vegas is not going to do as good as they did last year, well, of course, what are the odds of reaching the Stanley Cup final again?
Right.
What are the odds of being the best in the West again?
Right.
So they hedge their bet, and I think they're biting their nails because they're about to lose, and it just goes to show you that sometimes you just got to disregard what's happening in the media and you got to look what's happening on the ice.
Absolutely. For me, I don't want to say I told you so, but I said watch out for the Vegas Knights this year. I said it. I'm just going to say, but it's still, we're in the middle of the season. Let's call it what it is. We're still in the middle. All-Star break is kind of that middle point. Let's find out. The cream rises to the top, I've always said, when it comes to great teams. We'll find out. Hopefully Calgary stays where they are. I won't lie to you. San Jose, I think, is easily going to stay where they are. And I think the Vegas Knights have proven they are for real. They are a franchise that is for real. The players there are believing the system, and they are going to stay where they are.
So let me throw one thing your way now.
Yeah, sure.
You got teams like Winnipeg and Nashville.
Yeah.
So we're talking about these big three, right?
Yeah.
People that were there last year, the people San Jose gets Carlson, they should be there right now. But you got this Winnipeg Nashville contingent, and on each one of them, respected. Let's go Winnipeg. Respected or expected?
Right now, it's expected, and I'll say also for Nashville, expected. The one thing I'll say about these two teams, they are the favorites to come out of the West. The Calgary, the San Jose, and the Golden Knights, as good as they're playing, no one's really kind of giving them any credit still. Still no credit to these guys, all right? But the Winnipeg and the Nashville are expected to get to that next level, which means one of the two should be in the Stanley Cup Finals this year. My opinion, let them kick the crap out of each other. Let them do it, because I do think that one of these three teams, Calgary, San Jose, or Golden Knights, will actually make it to the Stanley Cup Finals this year. I really do.
You know what? The way it's looking right now, the tough one for me, the tough game for me, if it happens, is Calgary, San Jose. This is what I want to see. Who comes out of that?
Right. No, fair enough. I mean, you know what though? I like the fact that even if Calgary plays San Jose, I like our chances against San Jose. We just seem to match up better. But who's that one team that we just cannot beat?
Chicago Bears.
Also,
sorry.
You know, it's so true. It's just, I was just literally, as you said it, I was watching the ball hit the top and the crossbar. That's crazy. But you know what's funny about that is that let me segue into what my next question was going to be. So we're off that. We got that taken care of.
Okay.
To the north of us and still staying in the Western Division. And next week, maybe we'll talk more about the Eastern Division. But this week, we're talking Western. So to the north of us in the Western are the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid, the greatest hockey player right now, technically on ice, is up there. With all their hurt and, they're not playing the greatest hockey, they're still only 2 points out of the final wild card. Big talks about them getting some major trades in the way. They're talking about getting Zaccarello. They're talking about getting Ferland. My question to you, Dimitri, should Edmonton stick to their guns? They're only 2 points out of the final wild card. Should they stick to their guns and go right to the end, or should they make a trade and ruffle up the team a little bit?
Look, if I like trades, I do. I like thinking that you have to make your team better.
Right.
What I'm not interested in, and whether it be the Edmonton Oilers or anyone else, is making a trade for the sake of making a trade just to add a player, to get a fix. If you're not going to go to the bitter end, this Edmonton Oiler team, again, I look at it and I hate to go, we talked NFL, but it's the Aaron Rodgers Green Bay situation. This is an Edmonton Connor McDavid situation. We're masking the garbage that's on this team,
right,
because they have a superstar. I guess if I were to answer the question, Mitch, I'd say don't make a trade. Ride it out and stick with what you have, because they're going to have to give up something in order to get something good to just make the playoffs.
That's right.
This is a tactic I would advise to, like, if I was pitching, like I did to Johnny T,
Right.
to get to the Maple Leafs,
Right, yeah.
I would say
Which you were successful doing.
very successful.
You-
So if you just bank on that and our Sportsfolio numbers, I'm giving good advice here. Look, the fact is you do these short-term fixes when you think you can win the cup, but you really want to make sure you can win the cup. This is a team that's just trying to get into the playoffs. Let it go. But guys, you know, the Edmonton Oilers just have to look past what they have and really identify what they don't have. Why? Connor McDavid, because he's so good, everyone assumes his team's good. It's not.
Right.
And it's proven to be not good. They had one good season.
I'm
momentum.
I'm with you where I say don't trade anyone. Because if they end up making the playoffs with the current team that they have, how much in that locker room are those guys, you know, patting each other on the back and believing in each other and this and that?
That's a good point,
And to
Mitch.
me, that's all you need when it comes to playoff. When it comes to playoff hockey, football, baseball, I don't care what it is. It's all about momentum. And if you can get your boys ready, stellar, and going in, mentally prepared, there is no stopping them. So I would be very scared if the Edmonton Oilers got into the playoffs when you got the greatest player and then a team that's starting to believe behind them. That could be a very scary combination. Watch out. They're only 2 points behind, believe it or not, the who do I have here listed down? The one thing that I wanted to say, is the number one wild card spot is the Dallas Stars. So all I'm gonna say is their CEO Lights, he deserves to be a motivational speaker. That's it.
Yeah.
Look what he's done here. 3 weeks ago, this team was nowhere near a playoff, and all of a sudden they have the number one wild card spot.
You're welcome. And
You're
they're
welcome.
Gonna, and they're going to stay there.
And they are going to stay.
take
They're
it.
not going anywhere.
You know, here's a question, Mitch.
They were underachieving. He overachieved them.
There you go.
Boom.
Life coach.
Life coach.
He's a life coach.
He life coached his team. That's right.
So here's my question to you, Edmonton Oilers. Do they make the playoffs, yes or no?
You know what? I think they do. I think that the play, look, man, breaks are not, as we saw last year with our local team, breaks can break you. They're sometimes not the greatest thing that you need. Because when you're hot, you want to be hot. But a team like the Oilers right now, I think they need the break. Here's a team that just is not clicking. So maybe that break will just ease everyone down, relax, and then you bring them all together, and they know that they're only 2 points out as of today. There's still a couple of games before the All-Star break. Could you imagine they basically are tied for that last playoff spot right before the All-Star break, or are still within 2 points, start of the kind of the second rush of the season? The way I look at it, Edmonton, stay the way you are. You guys aren't that. I thought they were much further behind. And you know what's scary, and here we'll finish this off, is that the Anaheim Ducks, Calgary's arch nemesis, they've lost 12 straight games as of right now that we're talking, and they too are only 2 points behind of the final playoff spot.
It's crazy.
So watch out. It's these teams that I freak out the most about.
I don't think Edmonton's making the playoffs.
You don't think so, eh?
No, I don't think so. I think because there's so many teams that are on that cusp, I really think Edmonton's going to crumble. And I want to finish off on this. I know I'm going to go back to what we were talking about, but I will retract. The only trade that I will ever accept Edmonton doing this year and feel good about it is if they get rid of Milan Lucic in that contract for future planning.
Whoa, what are you talking about? Buddy, Lucic prior in 2018 had 2 goals. Right now, as of right now, he's got 3 in 2019. Are you crazy?
Oh my God, that's a 33% increase.
You gotta get rid of him.
But give him a raise.
Oh, you got absolutely.
Give him 3 year, $84 million. It solves all the problems.
Solves all the problems. Yeah, he's doing fine. He's good. He's fine.
That's to you, Butcher.
Now let me ask you a question. I saw this the other day. We're gonna jump
Your
over
dick for the first time.
We're gonna go over to the NBA. Okay, I gotta ask you a quick question. What are your thoughts on it? We have gotten into arguments before about NCAA players getting paid, this, that, the other, and all that. Okay. I got a question for you.
Oh God.
The other day, I'm fooling around. I'm looking at my social. I'm perusing. Remember, I used to peruse a lot.
You know what? And you stopped perusing, and that's
I
you
still
gotta
peruse.
get
I just
back.
didn't tell you guys I was still
because you're a
perusing.
good peruser.
I'm a fantastic peruser. So I'm perusing, and what do I see? I see this article. Steph Curry, probably the second best player in the NBA over the last 5 years. Would you agree? At least.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Okay.
Yes.
He went to Davidson University or Davidson College. It's a very small university. In fact, 1,950 students attend this university. Small college. But they made the NCAA tournament years ago, and that's where Steph Curry was truly found. He lit up that tournament. Just lit it up. He was on fire. and then he ends up getting drafted by Golden State. His jersey has still not been retired by Davidson. Do you know why?
Indulge.
They will not retire his jersey until he gets his degree. Onside, offside.
Ooh, that's you know what? That's a tough one. Look, you know what? I'm gonna go onside.
Onside.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah.
Take the course over the summer.
That's right.
Okay? No, you know, university, you just scored some. You're a Maga university.
That's right.
How is there such a small attendance? With
Exactly.
moves like that, people should be flocking to this place.
Let me tell you something. Steph is actually still getting, he's like working like off-site. He's getting his degree.
Okay.
And he respects and is on side like yourself and myself to saying, yes, I will get my degree first, then you can put my jersey.
What a competitor.
I love it. I love it.
Well, he should, because he still thinks the world's flat.
That's right. And that's another reason I wanted him to get his degree, because
He might find it out.
He might find out that. Could you imagine that's the final question on if he graduates?
It's a yes or no.
It's like, was there a moon landing? He's like, oh no, come on.
No. Is the world flat? Yes.
I guess so.
Steph, you got a 48 out of 50. You really bombed the last two questions.
No, man, I got a lot of respect for him. He's actually gained some respect from me. I love the
too.
fact
Wow.
that he's
I
going to
did not
go
know
back.
that.
Yeah, buddy, I loved it. I saw it and I was like, and even the head coach of the program, like, I mean, here's a guy that's like, yeah, you know what? Like, what is that? That to me shows to the younger kids and the ones that are coming up through the ranks that school is important. Look, I'm not saying it's the be-all and end-all. I'll never be that guy, but I think it's really good when a superstar will say, you know what? That's cool, man. You want me to get my degree so I can get my jersey in the Raptors? And in the weirdest way, here's a guy that's won the championship a few times. He's considered one of the best players. I think he's really going to, like, almost covet that jersey raising a lot more than maybe the other stuff. I'm talking a little out of my ass here.
Maybe, but why are you crying? Stop crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Why are you crying?
I get excited. You know why? Because everyone fights me. Everyone's been fighting me on this whole getting paid. I just like the fact that the education is finally making its way around.
Are you pregnant too?
I don't want to talk about
smokes,
You know what? There's sympathy stuff, all right? There's sympathy things.
Look, Steph Curry. Look, this is winning spirit. This is a respect for a process. You know, anyone could turn around at his level, honest to God, Mitch, and say, look, man, I'm a how many time NBA champion? I'm a 3-time NBA champion. Okay, I don't need this. I don't need to have. Everyone knows that I'm bigger than sliced bread, but the guy is actually saying, no, I'm going to go back.
Yeah,
is that what it takes to get my jersey?
Yeah.
I want to win.
I want to win.
I want to win.
Exactly.
And you know, I got to say, if I never thought that Steph, not that I didn't, but I'm saying if I never thought that Steph Curry wasn't a leader before, I do now, because this is what leaders do.
That's right.
Doesn't matter what the task is. Doesn't matter if it's going forward or backward. They want to win. They'll do the process and do it, man. I got to say, I got so much more respect for him.
Hey, Steph, you want to come out tonight? Sorry, I got to study for my psych exam. Sorry, I can't.
That's awesome.
Well, that's amazing.
But we're going to the Spearman Rhino.
That's it.
That's awesome.
You know what?
I have a midterm.
I got economics tomorrow morning. I can't make it.
I have a midterm.
Guys.
And to be honest with you, Julie and I are partners, and I can't let her down. He'd do that.
He would do that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. I just saw that article. I thought it was kind of cool. All right.
Good for him.
Let's get down to it. Here we go. NFL.
Oh.
What a weekend. Let me ask you this. Do you think that the NFL, if they were a child, were a good child or a bad child? Obviously, they were good because Santa
great.
gave them exactly what they wanted. What do you mean, Mitch? What are you talking about? Santa gave the NFL exactly what they wanted. The LA Ram Illuminati, the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the New Orleans Saints, all four are going to play each other this weekend. And whatever combination you want to pick out between the AFC and the NFC, tell me what combination sucks. None of it sucks.
Nothing.
New England versus Illuminati? No. New England versus New Orleans? No. KC versus Illuminati? No. KC versus New Orleans? Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to ask you this question, Dimitri. You obviously watched the games this weekend. You loved them. We all know who made it. All right? Of the games last week that were played, What game, like, which one really either turned you off, turned you on? Like, what did you see? Give me something that you liked about last week's games.
Well, there's a couple things that I liked, and they both come from the AFC.
Sure.
I'm going to take those two games because the NFC really played out the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
Just really, really quick. I did think that LA was going to topple Dallas. I think they're having a good time doing it. And I did think that the Saints were going to beat the Eagles. However, I got to credit the Eagles defense. I got to credit they could have had it. But that's what happens when you try to marry the Guma.
Don't you start this. Don't you start this.
Don't marry the Guma.
Everybody's been talking about the Guma is almost there.
Don't marry the Guma. And it, again.
We'll get to the Guma in a second. All right.
So I go back. Here's what I liked. I liked that Kansas City, the ultimate mush playoff team in the last 4 or 5 years.
Easily.
I mean, they from Alex Smith to now Mahomes.
Andy Reid.
And they got everything going on, but my God, they can't get it together. They crumble in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I like that, to start the game, this is the worst snowstorm that's happened in Kansas City in the last 5 years with a rookie quarterback, like everything. And they came out and they said, no, we're not even leaving this game up to chance. We're just going to win it outright. That's what I liked. Here's the other thing that I liked. When we talked last week and we talked about what happened, we the Chargers, were a -4. We liked the spread. We said, get the Chargers to at least cover.
Exactly.
I mean, I even went so far, I think you went so far to say the Chargers are going to win. I blame my short-sighted on this one. Shame on me and shame on you for allowing the archangel of the Lord, Tom Brady.
What were we doing?
And Bill Belichick, not 1 week to prepare, but a 2-week period.
Who do we think we are?
To prepare. Of course they were going to kill this team. And good for them. They came out and said, guys, I just want to remind you that we're the New England Patriots. And Tom Brady, for me, if there's anything he's done great in his career, was in the interview when he goes, I know everyone in the world thinks we suck, but hey, we move on to next week.
Dude, they didn't just tell the LA Chargers, hey, we're here to play. They showed the rest of the teams we're here to play.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If anyone, you listen to the NFL analysts right now and everyone's going KC or New Orleans, New England literally is 4th right now. And I find that fascinating that a team that is the 10-time division winner in their own division.
They're almost up there with Ric Flair.
They literally, and this is real. This is weird. And then you got a team.
Whoa.
And then you got the New England Patriots that are basically in the Super Bowl every year. And they're, of the 4 remaining teams, they're the 4th team that everyone's picking
to win it. They're the Rodney Dangerfield.
It's
just no respect.
No respect, man. No respect. It is crazy.
The New England Dangerfields? Is that the name?
Since you said about the AFC, I guess I'll just talk about the NFC really quickly. Look, New Orleans, you guys got lucky. I don't care what anybody says. Foles had you guys. Jeffries is the one that the ball came in. When you guys missed that field goal to put yourselves up by 2 possessions late in the game.
Stop taking players from the Bears. The Bears are mush.
Exactly. Foles moved the ball down. It was Jeffries that just, it was literally in his hands, and he just dropped it. New Orleans, you scraped away. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. You scraped away. Illuminati, not your greatest performance. In fact, I'm very worried about you guys heading into this. I'm very worried. You guys have not been playing good ball. All right? You guys ran the ball against Dallas. Okay, congrats. Whoop-de-doo. I don't care. What happened to the passing game? Where are you guys? What happened? Who did something to you? Tell me. What happened? Talk to me.
It's all
I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't. Mitch, did we not say that the LA Ram Illuminati and the New World Order?
It's crazy.
Did we not say, guys?
You said it.
Look, they're going to meet in the air. It doesn't matter what happens in this NFC Championship.
I don't know what to tell you. Dude, my question to you is this. Here's the next big question. Here are the 4 remaining teams.
Yep.
You got the Saints versus the Rams. Dimitri, give me the winner. Who's going to the Super Bowl?
You know what? And maybe call it my bias, because I I talked about this team a while back, but the New Orleans Saints for me feel like they've been on a collision course since about week 6, week 7 to get to this final. I really want the LA Ram Illuminati to make it because I look at a coach like McVay, and I say, here's a guy who's 32 years old.
Do you like his beard?
No, I don't.
No, I don't like it either.
That's so crazy because I was looking at his mug today and I'm like, that is just not a good beard. Like, he should grow it out a bit.
But you absolutely, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's got like a weird fade on it. Yeah, it's just like a little more. A little more. Now, one thing really quick. Yeah. Have you seen how many coaches that he coached with have been hired in the NFL this week or in the last couple weeks?
No.
It is crazy. You know how they say there's the NFL tree? You know, like if you worked with Belichick or you worked with Andy Reid, he's basically the new Messiah. He's walked around and he's touched a few guys and they are all getting jobs.
He's touch and go, hey?
Dude, it is crazy. He's the touch and go guy. He's the new touch and go.
This guy's going to win a Super Bowl. It's just a matter of when. I got to pick the Saints.
You're taking the Saints.
I just feel that they're a team of destiny this year to get to the final.
I, too, am taking the Saints only because next year, where's the Super Bowl next year? Do you know?
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Moose Jaw, unfortunately, lost the bid. The plebiscite didn't want it. Calgary also didn't want it either. So it's not happening in Calgary or Moose Jaw.
Thanks, Nancy.
It's LA. Next year's Super Bowl is in LA. So with your predicament and your thinking process, I said to myself, next year,
the Illuminati
will be in LA. One of the two LA teams will be in the finals, but it's going to be to win it all.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm with you on the Saints.
Okay.
Let's go to the AFC. It's KC. It's the Tom Brady. It's the New England Patriots. Who do you like here?
I'm just going to go out and I'm going to say it.
Do it.
Dear Tom, the Archangel of the Lord. You have been so good to me. Yes. You've blessed us with so many years.
Yeah.
And I want to see you I'm glad when you got 5 Super Bowl rings. I'm glad to see you get 6 and 7 and 8. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen this year. Guys, I'm going to call it from now.
What?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Don't do it.
Are your current on pace to not only beat the New England Patriots, but the Super Bowl champs for 2019. Mitch, I'm going to tell you why. Because the Kansas City Chiefs have been mush against this New England team year after year after year. And if there's ever how many times have they been atop of their division, coming in hot, but they face the Patriots? The scores are kind of good, but New England in the second half would always pull away and destroy them and cover the spread ×2, ×3.
Right.
New England's not the same New England. I don't like the Gronkowski situation. I think it's going to be really hard for them to capitalize on that. This year's different. Mahomes is the real deal. And if the Kansas City Chiefs can beat the New England Patriots, their only obstacle year after year, which I believe they will, this team fears no team, will respect no team, Illuminati or not. They'll go into the Super Bowl Sunday and they will win the championship. And Soapy, I'm not just doing it for you, but that's my prediction.
You know what? I loved everything you just said. I loved it all. But, and there is a huge but, is that, what's that old saying? Fool me once, fool me twice, all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going with New England. I am taking New England for a variety of different reasons. And the number one reason, outside of Paul DeMacus, outside of the fact that it's his boys and this is who I should be voting for, I love Mahomes. I think this guy he's not a rookie, but he's a rookie to some degree.
That's right.
He is going to be an amazing, amazing player because really he's not surrounded with the most amount of talent, okay?
You're looking at the best quarterback in the NFL.
Absolutely. But he is playing the greatest quarterback of all time.
Ever.
He's playing a guy that has been here literally many, many times. He's played a guy that does not buckle under the pressure. I am taking New England versus New Orleans for the Super Bowl. I don't know yet who I'm going to pick. I guess we'll figure out truly who the two teams will be
We'll
for
get
next
there
week.
when we get there.
Exactly. But I love New England here, not just because they kicked the crap out of LA last week. Not because of that. It's because you got to give respect sometimes to the guys that can outthink you. Belichick and his crew are always ready. They are always ready. And the reality here is this. The game is played in Kansas City. It's going to be cold. The elements are not that much different than what New England is used to.
True.
They've been here before. The pressure, no matter what we think pressure is, the pressure that these guys are going through, especially in Mahomes.
Just ask Lois Einhorn. And, I mean, that's pressure. What's the matter,
I
Ace?
think that Mahomes and his crew are just slightly too young. Good for them for getting as far as they did, but I'm rolling with Tom Brady. I'm not going to not go against them. I don't know why. Truthfully, when I watched that game, not just because of the shit kicking they took, it's like, why would I take Phillip Rivers, who's a good guy, good quarterback, loves
Great
to make
guy.
babies? Why would I take him against Tom Brady?
That guy
Why?
must have the best sperm in all sports.
The greatest sperm of all sports.
That is a top tier sperm.
If the world was true, they should just freeze his sperm.
But yeah. That's like,
For,
you know what,
for humanity, just in case something happens, they've got to keep Phillip Rivers' sperm somewhere.
Like, you remember in The Matrix when they recreated Zion like a billion different times?
Sure.
Yeah, they should have just, if they had Phillip Rivers' sperm, there wouldn't even be a war.
Exactly.
He like, his sperm's like computer sperm already.
All right, so you got New Orleans, I got New Orleans, but you like KC, I like my New England. I can't wait. I think this is going to be a great weekend of football.
Look, let's just, it's already been talked about, but this is how great this Final Four is. This is how you started the segment here, Mitch, is that you have the top four teams in the NFL. You have the top four offenses in the NFL. This is the first time ever in history that the best of the best, I mean, it's like that Best of the Best movie with
love that movie.
James Earl Jones, you know, when they went over to compete. I mean, we're talking martial arts movies. This is it.
That's the greatest.
What do you want from me?
Now, I'm going to throw this out to you real quick.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into Maga Malaka. But I thought about this, and we said it earlier. It's time for us to, like, really segment the fact that if we come up with something, we got to remember it. So episode 65, remember this. We're MMA guys, or you're more than me, but bottom line, we're into the MMA. Why doesn't the MMA do something like the Best of the Best? Follow me on this, okay?
Okay.
In that movie, you had Korea, I believe it was, versus USA, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's wrong with doing an MMA type of style tournament? Brazil, Russia, United States, Canada, and you get the different weight classes and you pick 5 of them. Like, obviously you can't get all of them.
Yeah.
You get your top 5 Canadians, top 5 Russians, top 5 South Americans, Brazilians, whatever, and then just pick a whole bunch of regions that have enough fighters that they can max it.
Yeah.
And they do the fight. And then kind of like the World Cup of MMA.
That is the greatest thing that you've come up with 2019
If you think
since
about
the start of the
how many
podcast.
people would watch that? Because
Everybody.
soccer is a universal thing, right?
Everybody.
And then what's the next thing? Fighting. Punching people in the face is the next universal thing. I could walk to Africa right now. Well, not walk there. I'd go to Africa.
Brisk jog.
And I see a child there or a gentleman there or somebody, and I kick a ball. Their natural reaction will be kick it back. If I walk up to them and punch them in the face, they're going to also punch me in the face and kick the shit out of me.
That's right.
That is a natural reaction.
Mitch, this is the greatest concept that you've ever come up with. How does real
I've been
locker
meaning to
room
tell
talk-
you about this. I forgot.
How does real locker? Well, yeah, we should probably talk more.
Yeah.
But how does Real Locker Room Talk capitalize on this? It's in the form of sponsorship. And if any of you are listening out
please.
there, just send e-transfers to reallockerroomtalk@gmail.com. It'll fix itself out and you'll get that tournament. Now, speaking of the fight game.
Sure.
There are crazy things happening, not just in the fight game, but specifically the Real Locker Room Talk fight game.
Right.
Some of our very own roster members are competing for the fight of their lives.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, we talked about it last week, but George Ferocious Kambosos Jr., our own very Greek guy from Australia, who's been training with Manny Pacquiao,
Good day.
giving him the work.
Give me some fights.
And not only that, Pacquiao's got to fight against Adrian Broner this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking, I mean, oh my goodness.
Broner's a punk.
Broner, but he might, but I don't know. He might pull it off.
Nah, he's not getting nothing.
I don't know. But anyways,
He's a punk.
Pacquiao, not real locker room talk. Pacquiao says, I want George on that fight card. Make sure he gets on that fight card. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the bonus episode with George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. from Australia, our very own. The guy, please support him. He is fighting on the Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner card. He had his first fight in the United States a few months ago, but he's coming back, and it's a big fight for him. Real-time pay-per-view exposure. This guy, under the tutelage and management of Lou DiBella and DiBella Entertainment, is doing some great things, and we couldn't be more excited.
Exactly. So awesome, man. We had him on the podcast, talked to him. He did the Maga Malaka with us. It was amazing.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But there's another guy that's been on the podcast.
Which, not only are we hold back guys for George.
Absolutely.
We're hold back guys for Azteca de Oro, Alex Torres.
That's right.
Rynn, Calgary's very own professional guys. Alex Rynn, if you haven't been following him, like we have. Maybe you've obviously heard about him in us talking Real Locker Room Talk. He's been a guest twice on the show. He answered the call when you were away in Greece, Mitch, to come on, and the one time when we were together. Guys, he's fighting February 10th and on ESPN again. Really big fight for him. International exposure. We're looking to stream the fight. We're looking into that ourselves. We don't know the exact venue. We're going to try to do it at Bonacera, home of the 10-cent chicken wing Wednesdays and Saturdays. And hey, they got pizza too.
That's right.
How did I do?
You did good. I was going to say, I was waiting for you. But then you did.
Do you like that, right?
That was great.
But, and Jeff, you've had the pizza. You know it's good.
It's good pizza, yeah.
So we're going to keep you informed. But he is training hard. He is pumping it. He knows that this is an important fight, and we're going to support him. So we're going to give you details on how to stream the fight, if we're going to stream it at a particular venue and or where you can stream it on your own. And it's going to be great. He's training with his team. He's also training with Dean at Platoon Fitness.
Yeah.
I mean, they are doing fantastic things over there. Shout out to you guys. Those are the two important things. Forget Pacquiao.
I don't want to say anything. But
those are the two important things happening in the fight game right now. We got George and we got Alex.
Alex might be one of the most well-spoken guys for a guy that gets punched and punches back.
Yeah.
But when you get him in the ring, it's lights out for everyone.
And
the second thing for
hold on,
Dean,
you have a challenge.
I know I have to take him on. And then the second thing is Dean's family and Dean grew up at Bonacera.
Get out of here. What a small world.
It's a small
Dean.
world. Yeah, Dean.
Platoon Dean.
Platoon Dean. Yeah.
Buddy, that guy
Crazy,
is in
right?
such crazy shape.
Amazing.
He's a killer.
We should bring him on just to teach everyone how to do a sit-up. Yeah.
I feel that was personal just to be.
No, I swear to God, I'm looking at myself too. Listen, we're literally 4 minutes ahead of schedule. I just say, look at this.
How do we do?
This is big.
We have good intentions.
We got great intentions.
Jeff, I don't want him to kill us this week, right? Because we're like, oh my God, we're ahead of schedule, and then 20 minutes later we're out. Maga Malaka, I know it's next.
It's
Mitch,
next.
cue it up. Let's go.
Here we go. Listen, Maga. Over the last couple of weeks, Jeff, me and Dimitri have been getting into big fights about the Nick Foles Wentz situation. Backups. So again, the other day, we got into another argument about it because I truly think that Philadelphia's got a dilemma on their hands. They got a guy. They got a dilemma. Anyways, that's not the part. We'll do it again later. Long story short is this. We said, hey, why don't we just do a segment on the greatest backups of all time? Like the two duos, backups, whatever.
The Temptations.
Exactly. But as I was going through the list, it's actually kind of hard to say, how do you go, who's a Maga Malaka when it comes to duos? So what I'm doing is I'm matching them against each other.
Oh, okay.
So Jeff, Dimitri, myself, we're going to do Maga Malaka, best duos / backups. And all I ask is that you tell me one's a Malaka, one's a Maga.
Oh,
and it has to be that way.
I see. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All righty?
So one has to be a Maga.
One has to be a Malaka.
One has to be a Malaka.
One has to be a Maga.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Easy one. Right down the middle.
Okay.
Right down the middle.
Just
Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza. Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka?
Folks. Damn it. You know what? I love George as my favorite character, but I got to go Jerry Maga.
What?
Hold on. Hear me out. And George Malaka, because Jerry had it figured out. George
George always played the Malaka part.
Yes, thank you.
Damn it!
But George is my favorite character.
George is
he's
my
a-
favorite character too. That's why I wanted to give him the Maga card, but you guys are right about it though. That's the thing. That's the
Down the middle.
All right,
Down the middle.
Let's just go to this one because it's gonna start a fight.
Okay.
Wentz and Foles. Maga, Malaka. Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka?
No, you're going to be surprised.
Yeah.
Foles is the Maga.
Damn right he's the Maga.
And Wentz is the Malaka.
That's right.
But you marry a Malaka, someone who keeps you in check. And you just, the Maga is the Guma. It's the Foles. You can't win on this.
I won't. I will not play into your
Crushed
game.
you.
I will
Did you see
not
what I
play
did?
into you. I know exactly
put
what you
the
did
lure
there.
out. I
Damn
put
it.
the lure out.
All right,
win.
Jeff.
I win.
Jeff,
I'm going to agree with Dimitri on that.
I don't believe this. All right, here's one for you. Here's a tough one.
Okay.
It's maybe the hardest one on the list. I kid you not. Peanut butter or jelly? Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka?
Peanut butter's the Maga. Jelly's the Malaka because
No.
it's all about the protein
No.
and the gains, bro.
No.
I got to dispute that. I've been a peanut butter hater my whole life.
I'm with Jeff on this one. Peanut butter's the Malaka.
You know what?
Jelly's the Maga.
I know.
Jelly makes the peanut butter.
Yes,
Hold on.
right. Thank you, Jeff.
I'm gonna jump on. You know what? I'm convinced. I got another great point. Peanut butter is the Malaka because it actually has allergies. There's no jelly allergy.
Oh, well,
There's a peanut butter allergy, peanut
okay, all right,
allergy.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you.
So I'm with you. I'm with you. I stand corrected.
All right, we'll stay in the local scene here.
Okay.
We'll go a little sports again. We tend to go back and forth a little bit. Our local goalie situation: Riddich,
Yeah.
and Smith. Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka?
Smith is the Maga and Rick is the Malaka.
Why
Because,
do you
do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because that guy still is getting a starting job.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so
Staying
true.
power. Staying power.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm with you on that one. Riddich, sorry, man. You're a Malaka.
but we won't get Riddich of you.
Yeah, there it is. It was the spot. Well, cue the podcast. It's over, guys. The lone joke was waiting all night. All right, here we go. Big one. Captain Picard. I'm just joking because that's a nerd play. I wouldn't know either. I wouldn't
I'm
even know.
intrigued,
No,
but
I don't even know. I literally wrote, "Oh wait, I'm not a nerd." That's what I wrote there.
Oh, what?
All right,
By the way, Kirk.
the Lone Ranger, or Tonto.
Look, man,
Maga or Malaka?
the Lone Ranger is the Maga and Tonto is the Malaka.
No,
Yes,
no.
100%.
How do you see that?
Well, you know what? You want to be the Lone Ranger? Then step up. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're only good at second place. Lone Ranger, power to you for leading the team.
I got to give the Maga to Tonto. He was the one that saved his ass time and again. Walked along silently, reading the bush, you know.
He read a lot of bushes,
well,
I guess.
the Lone Ranger and his horse even got, all the glory.
Do you guys ever wonder, real quick, you know how like the Lone Ranger just wore
Yeah.
that thing around his eyes?
Yeah.
How did you not figure out who that was? Like he puts it on, saves the day, then he wants to go for a drink, he takes it off, he goes, how do you not know that's the same guy?
Well, and the other thing, now that I think about it, and I can't believe maybe no one's really brought this up, but the show's called The Lone Ranger, but he was never lone.
Also a great point.
Like the show should be called Dual Ranger
Yeah, it should be.
or the Ranger Duo.
Yeah.
That show would never fly today.
That is so true.
It's like the lone, like
Too
that's
PC.
racism. There's the Lone Ranger.
That
Who's
is
that?
real- you know
Tonto?
what?
Tonto,
Exactly.
shut the fuck up. I'm the Lone Ranger. You know, like, holy smokes, man.
All right, I got quite Jeff. Here's a music one for you. You got
right.
Gene Simmons,
Yep.
Maga or Malaka versus the rest of the other guys. I don't even know their names.
Oh, what?
Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka? Is it the three guys carrying Gene Simmons, or is it Gene Simmons carrying the three guys?
Well, in my mind, Paul Stanley, the guy with the star,
Ah, right, yeah. That's who I should have said. Paul Stanley, yeah.
and Gene Simmons have always kind of been the team, the two front
Yep.
guys, sort of the backbone and the writing, the Richards Jagger of the band. So, I think that one wouldn't be fuck
stumped.
it. You know what?
It's
Gene's a Malaka. Gene's a greedy Malaka.
Can I ask you a question? When they were picking out like what face paint they were gonna do, why did the drummer guy pick the pussycat paint face? What? Like, didn't they have a dragon or a butterfly?
He
They
walked
could have
in,
did.
the
Or
guy,
something?
he's not even a drummer. I think he's actually an actor. He's like, oh my God, sweetheart, I have an audition for the play Cats.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. And he literally walked into the wrong studio hall. He comes out in the cat uniform and he's like, here's some sticks, and he's just naturally talented.
Oh my
There's
god.
no way. The guy's
No,
an
it
idiot.
didn't go down that way.
Yeah,
But
Jeff,
that is,
I think
that
I would
is
know
a good,
this.
that is a good comment because you got the demon, the superstar, the lightning bolt, and then the pussycat, who happens to be the drummer, like the least likely character, right?
All right, I'll give you a couple more. We're out of here. A couple
Drummers
more.
are like
You ready?
goalies. They're just weird.
There's I just mentioned that last week. I listened on the podcast. I was listening and I thought to myself, do I know any drummers? I thought to myself. All right, a couple more. Here we go.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Ariana Stark or the Hound? Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka? This is from Game of Thrones, Jeff. I don't know.
Oh, Ariana Stark's the Maga.
No,
Yeah,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no, I
Time
won't
out.
allow it.
The Hound, the Hound is the Malaga. The Hound,
the Hound.
The Hound got beat up by a girl. Okay,
Word.
For all
Thank
the
you.
ladies out there.
She's the Maga.
I don't care.
What does that have to do with
I
anything?
love Captain Phasma, but you got to stay. Look, it's
No,
not like it's
I won't allow it.
2019.
I won't allow it on my
that was
watch.
like the year
Hound
1462.
is the Maga.
No,
Without
he's
the
not.
Hound,
No, he's
Ariana
not.
Stark would have been dead 100 times in that show.
The mountain kills the Hound.
She's got balls.
I'm
You
calling
better
it.
not be saying they're brothers. I found out they were brothers.
You just found out.
I just
I'm
saw
telling
it.
you, everyone's waiting for the Hound to kill the mountain, but the mountain, he's going to kill the Hound. And
You
somehow, some way,
You're ridiculous.
Jon Snow's going
You
to fix
are-
it all
You,
up.
sir, are ridiculous. Walter White, Maga, or Jesse Pinkman, Maga. Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka?
I'm very passionate about this. Walter White is the Maga, and Jesse Pinkman is the biggest Malaka in television history. Because if Pinkman would have just listened to Walter, who was looking after him the whole time, who was protecting him, helping him.
Walter got out of his mind. You know
No,
it. The
he
money
did
changed
not.
him.
The money changed him, and it changed Pinkman.
You know better than me.
No.
Pinkman ran that show.
No,
Without
he
his
didn't.
connections at the beginning of the show, Walter's dead.
Pinkman
Walter's dead.
would never achieve
Pinkman
success
is
if it wasn't
the
for
only
Walter
one
White.
that
He
cared.
never would have.
Pinkman had a heart, you son
He
of a
would
bitch.
have
He had a
died.
heart.
He would have died of a drug overdose, just like his girlfriend did when she choked up on herself. Okay,
Oh, you're bringing that up?
yeah, I am
You're gonna
bringing
bring
that up because that was Penguin's fate. So Walter White, yeah, maybe he took a little more
What about
on
the
his
kid on
own.
the tricycle? What about the kid on the
It
tricycle?
doesn't matter about the kid on the tricycle. Pinkman is lucky to be alive because of Walter White, and to see that kind of success, he was a bum.
I'm only going to
He was
side with you. You're
useless.
turning a shade of red I've never seen.
I'm
I don't want to get
upset.
it. Clearly, I touched a nerve. Clearly. Jeff, two more, Jeff, and we're out of here. Two more. Are you ready?
So
Hell yeah.
upset with you.
Batman and Robin. Maga or Malaka?
Look, the biggest Malaga is anyone who thinks Robin's the Maga. Guys, let's just move forward.
Fair enough.
It's
Also a good point.
That's the Malaga.
That really is. Yeah. I thought I was saying. I mean, it was there.
I think Robin.
All right. I'm with you there. Second last one. Bert or Ernie? Who's the Maga? Who's the Malaka?
Look, I've been an Ernie guy, so I gotta go Ernie.
You're an Ernie guy.
I'm going Ernie.
Huh?
Yeah,
Why
it's gotta be
exactly? If you
Ernie.
don't mind me asking.
I don't know. I like the look.
Because I'm going to get back into it in the next few months, right? Because I haven't watched Sesame Street in a
That's
while.
right.
Bert
has
was the
Bert-
nervous, uptight, neurotic one. And Ernie had the best song, remember? Rubber Ducky, you're the one.
Yeah, that was a good
You know
one.
what? Ernie looks like he's the pot smoker. Bert looks like he's the cokehead.
Ernie looked like he fathered Stewie.
Oh, yeah. I never thought of that.
Did he father Stu? Oh my God, Jeff, we uncovered
Jeff,
something.
you just uncovered something.
Now we just need to find the mother.
It's a
Exactly.
conspiracy.
What do you mean?
Holy- This is like
Lois
the-
is the mother.
Oh my God,
Yeah. Well, it's not too hard to figure out.
is Ernie Jon Snow's real dad?
I don't know. And last one. Who's the bigger Maga, Jeff? Mitch or Dimitri? Maga or Malaka? Do it, Jeff. Do it.
I'll speak for Jeff. It's Dimitri. We all know it. The roster knows it. The fans know it. Your brother-in-law, Johnny Grams, who pulled me aside at church, he knows it because he told me, tell Mitch to stop talking and only let Dimitri talk. And I could go on about myself, but I won't. I got to go on about the great people that make this podcast happen. Alchemy Studios, alchemystudio.ca, Macromind Media, at Headversity, hashtag Ask Dr. RT, Agape Greek Radio. Follow us on the channels, reallockerroomtalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us all over. Guys, thank you very much for listening to us and supporting us. Greek Poker Tournament, get in on it. It's going to be hot. That's why we cool down.
A jet. That's all I'm going to say. A jet.
Wow. Mitch, let's hit the shout.
Let's do it.
That is crazy, the jet. Half an hour in a jet.
1 half hour. Not a jet, a fighter jet.